I would argue one of the most utmost important things, more important than how much money you have, more important than how you look. You know, if you have a lot of muscles, if you're a guy or a girl, and you have a lot of muscles, the nice curvy body, whatever it is you're seeking or have now, no matter what big business you've built, what fortune you've inherited, what skills you have athletically, what's more important than all of those things, anything you can think of on earth to attain materialistically or physically, is your frequency and how you're vibrating. And I'm saying in the aspect of how are you feeling internally? I could be walking around looking like an Egyptian god statue, the perfect body, perfect physique, you know, lots of money, driving a crazy supercar. I could have all these things externally, and people could look at my life and be like, oh, I want his life. But if inside I'm going through raging turmoil, I'm not settled, I don't know peace because there's always outer problems, you know. You could be the most beautiful woman, portrayed as a goddess, worshipped like a celebrity, but you have all these problems, all these underlying stresses, you know, thousands of issues and all these things. There's no subtleness, there's no stillness in the mind. There's a verse in the Bible, Mark 8:36. What profits a man if he gains the world and loses his soul? If we can't find peace within ourselves, within this body that we're experiencing earth, in this spirit, what's the point of all those things? So there's a fine line, a fine balance. So the important part that is that you're on a journey. So throughout your journey of whatever you're striving to achieve and do, just make sure you're also working on that, because that's something that needs to be exercised. We exercise working hard, and whether that's physically in the gym, on our work, whatever we're working on for work or our businesses, all these other things, but we neglect the spiritual work. And that spiritual work doesn't have to be going to a church every week. That's a whole nother conversation though. That spiritual work is the quiet, still work of just having control of your emotions, your mind, and your stillness, so you're not all over the place, getting pulled by what direction with what happens with you externally and what you're seeing around you and these achievements you're trying to achieve. So make sure you give yourself time to be still. All right, guys. Peace.